Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wild Things Park, here for Game 2 between the Golden Eagles of Clarion and your Cal U Vulcans. My name is Finian Maison, and alongside me for Game 2 is John Sape. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great here, Finn. And after a good game won by the Vulcans, looking forward to see another good game here.
Cal U played very well in that first one, coming home with the Game 1 victory, 11-3. Scored almost all of their runs in those first two innings, and then a 3-run shot late put them up even more to secure that win. As for Clarion in this Game 2, it's going to be Casey Shughart to lead the way and playing left field for them as he fouls the first one back for strike one. As for Cal U on the mound, it's going to be the freshman left-handed pitcher Aiden Ruiz with a 1-1 record on the year. And the second pitch is on the outside edge for strike two, an early 0-2 count to Casey Shughart.
Not someone we see too often on the mound, Aiden Ruiz, but off to a decent start here so far.
Now the 0-2 pitch, and he got him reaching, and he flies it out into the outfield for the first out of the first inning.
Something that we saw a lot of in Game 1 was very, very good pitching. Not towards the end of the game, but Dylan Broski had a great game on the mound, going 5, giving up no runs and 6 strikeouts. A great pitching performance by him, was able to jumpstart and maintain that lead that the Vulcans offense was able to give him.
That ball was flown out to right to Colby Rockesy, who starts Game 2. As now the second batter is Matt Prevetta, who started center field in Game 1 and goes back out there for Game 2. As he squares to bunt and then pulls it back. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
Saw what the Vulcans were able to do in that last game, send that bunt down the third baseline and score a run on a squeeze bunt. So trying to do that himself.
As now Aiden Ruiz fires that one low and falls behind Matt Prevetta, down 3 balls and no strikes. Now the 3-0 pitch is upstairs, lost in ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Matt Prevetta, and it's a one out walk.
I feel like that was something we saw a lot of in Game 1 as well. Whenever someone did walk, it was on 4 pitches. It was not something you see quite often, but so far in this series we have seen that quite a bit. Now up to bat for Clarion is Caden Content.
And the first pitch to Caden Content is in there for strike one. Content was on base every single time in that first game. 2 hits and then reached on a fielder's choice as he takes that one high for ball 1. And they're going to go ahead and check the runner at first. Had a little bit of a lead, but want to keep him as close as possible.
Well, they know how fast of a player Prevett is, trying to make sure to keep him as close to the bag as possible. And with the left-handed pitcher, easy to keep an eye on him over there at first.
That one's just going to be a little bit low for ball 2. That one is laced over the shortstop head, a clean base hit, and they're going to try to go first to third. No, he's going to stop and hold him at second. And now there goes the no-hitter, the first hit of the day First hit of game 2 goes to Caden Content. He broke up that no-hitter in that first inning for Cal U, and he does it again here.
Great hitting by Content, but a great play there. Excuse me, by Mike Landry. Landry able to get a nice jump on the ball and able to cut it off and able to hold up Prevet at second and stop him from advancing to third.
As the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. With runners now on first and second and only one away, Aiden Ruiz wants to try to get out of this first inning with no runs across. That one's also outside for ball 2. Still having a little bit of a hard time finding the zone as he falls behind this hitter now. 3 balls and no strikes.
Ruiz, like you said, just having a difficult time so far early in this game, just finding the zone at all, just hasn't been able to command his pitches very well.
And now a little 3-0 get me over pitch is right in there for strike 1. And he's right back on it, right in there to foul it back to the screen for strike 2 to fill it up. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Byers there just swinging through the fences. Nearly gets a hold of that one that time. Just a little bit too low on the swing and fouls that one back. Now full count.
That one is riffed into right field. Left field, a base hit. The throw for Mike Landry is in time. It's goal to hold the runner at third. It's back-to-back singles, and now it's bases loaded with still only 1 away.
Very similar to the last pitch. That one, Byers did a better job of making contact. Smokes that one into left field. Landry did another great job at getting there quickly and able to hold up Prevet at third and hold up a run of the first run of the game coming home.
And that brings in the DH Mason Kepler. And the first pitch is low for ball 1.
Ruiz just not able to find his groove so far. Looks like a couple Vulcans going out there in the bullpen going to get ready early here in this one.
And that one's also a ball. Now he falls behind 2 balls and no strikes.
For that coach coming out, I'm going to have a talk with Ruiz at the mound. Just going out there telling him to calm down, relax, just get the ball over the plate. Which
now Clarion, when they do get a pitch to hit, it's just right down the middle of the plate on almost kind of a great hitter's count, 3-0, 3-1, or maybe even if they have 2 strikes, just trying to get something across there. So great job by Clarion being patient right now, and then when they do have a pitch to hit, making some solid contact.
This is the position that Clarion wants to be in, trying to jump ahead of the Vulcans early. Last game, Broski terrific on the mound, able to shut down the Clarion offense, and the Vulcans able to capitalize early. Clarion looking to do so in this game.
That's where Aiden Ruiz throws that one down in the dirt and falls behind this batter. 3 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Mason Kepler now. And he is going to take a strike on the outside corner to the disbelief of Mason Kepler, who had already thrown his bat and started taking off a batting glove. Will take strike 1.
Maybe that one was a little bit fortunate for Ruiz. A very, very late strike call by the umpire. Looks like he may have just caught the outside edge of the plate.
little bit generous, but that one is nowhere near, and he's going to walk in the first run of the game. It's now going to be Clarion 1 and Cal U nothing.
We saw this a lot in game 1 as well, very similar to the bottom of the first inning for the Vulcans. A lot of walks and a lot of bloop hits for the Vulcans in the first inning, able to get themselves a nice 6-0 lead. In the bottom of the first this time, Clarion seems to be doing the same to start this out.
And the first pitch now to Lenny Piscini is low for ball 1. Piscini did not start game 1, got the game off, as now he will come in and catch game 2. As the second pitch is also low. He's having a little bit of tough time bringing the ball up right now. It seems a lot of his pitches are low in the zone. And here comes Mike Conte to maybe talk to him again.
That happens quite often with freshmen. Just doesn't have the control that he usually desires that time. Like you said, a lot of his pitches have been low and just haven't been able to find the zone quite yet, as it looks like the Vulcans will make a pitching change this time. Roman Gill going to come in for relief in the the top of the first inning.
Like you said, freshmen sometimes come in there and can be a little bit flustered by it, and it happened kind of with a little bit with Jake Wolf. Couldn't find the zone after that first batter. Happened here with Aiden Ruiz. He only let up that 1 run, but only let up 2 hits, just only couple walks, just couldn't get anybody out. And as you said, now another freshman, the right-handed pitcher Roman Gill will step into the onto the mound for the rest of the game for Cal U.
And this is a tough scene for the Vulcans, finishing game 2 of this doubleheader today. Then tomorrow, play Clarion again in a doubleheader. Going to your bullpen this early, especially in the middle of a 4-game series against the two teams, is not something that you desire if you're the Vulcans.
Cal U had to show a little bit more of their arsenal than they really wanted to in game 1, because Jake Wolf couldn't get through that 7th inning, and they had to bring in Tanner Phillips to close out the rest of game 1. So they got to hope that Roman Gill can give them some quality innings here, so they don't have to go even deeper into their bullpen. As you said, as they have a long weekend ahead of them, and that final push for the PSAC playoffs is underway.
Every game now for the Vulcans, or every game is always important, but these last couple games especially important, like you said, for that playoff push. And tiring out your bullpen's arms early in a 4-game set is not what you want in a game like this, in a must-win game against Clarion. Not the best of starts for California.
As we are about to get back underway here, as Roman Gill's first pitch is inside for ball 1. Roman Gill comes in here in a pretty tough situation. Only 1 out with 1 run across, and bases are still loaded. As that pitch is in there for strike 1, a good pitch by Roman Gill.
But took over from Ruiz's pitches, now 3-1 is the count.
Mason Gill starting to heat up with how fast he works, as you can tell, right onto that rubber and right to work on Dylan Borowski-esque. And that one is fouled up and out of play, and over the first base dugout and into the grandstand.
Gill, like we said, took over from Ruiz's pitches in that bat. Ruiz fell behind 2-0 now. Gill doing a great job at making the count full.
As that one is driven deep to center, Adam Crawford going back on it, and it's going to one-hop the wall. 1 run's going to come in and score. Here comes 2, and all 3 are going to come around and score. It's a base-clearing double for Lenny Piscini, and it's now 4-0 Clarion here in the top of the first inning.
A beautiful hit by Piscini. The outfield there playing very far in, trying to maybe if a ground ball goes up through the middle, able to make an easier throw at home. But that time, Piscini able to do a great job at getting it over the head of Crawford in center. And Clarion now jumped to a 4-0 lead.
All three of those runs are going to be tagged to Aiden Ruiz. Roman Gill is definitely not going to be happy, though, as the only hit that he's allowed was a double. It just so happens that there were 3 runners on, so he's going to let up 3 runs. Those runs again, though, will go to Aiden Ruiz. As that pitch was in there for strike 1, it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. And a nice fastball right in there to even the count up at 2-2. And that one is upstairs. And now the count is 3-2. 2-2, excuse me. As Brett Pitzer is going to call for time.
Gill already doing a better job than Ruiz at getting himself into 2 strike counts. Ruiz unable to find the zone. Gill doing a better job of doing so.
Gill firing pitches in there, and that one just misses. As now the count is worked full to 3-2. Swung on and tipped and caught by Justin Stewart. A nice strikeout there by Roman Gill, the second out of the inning.
Exactly what the Vulcans needed, and it helps build up Gill's confidence on the mound. Just blew that one by Pitzer. Pitzer just kind of a bad swing, but Gill did a great job of just changing the elevation, or changing the velocity and changing the height on that one a little bit upstairs, and able to get the second out of the inning.
And the first pitch in there to now the shortstop Griffin Snyder is in there for strike 1. And the second pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. As you said, Roman Gill now getting ahead of batters and making it much more difficult for Clarion, making them much more uncomfortable now. Pitch is way outside for ball 1, trying to get him to reach out there. That one is grounded to first, and Jacob McCaskey is going to unassisted step on first base to end the inning. Clarion doesn't come up empty, got some hits around some walks, and score 4 runs. And as Cal U comes to bat, it's Clarion 4 and Cal U nothing here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here as we get ready for the bottom of the first inning. Cal U let up 4 runs in that top half of the inning. Aiden Ruiz struggled a little bit, but they made the change early. But the double by Lenny Piscini got them got them 3 of those 4 runs. As for Clarion now, on the mound for Game 2 is the left-handed pitcher Trevor McGee, the senior who's 1-4 on the season.
Not the greatest win-loss record for McGee. Looking to battle back and improve that record in this one, but the Vulcans offense, this is where they caught fire in game number 1. That bottom of the first 6 runs scored by California. Not only looking to maybe match that in this one, but they need to do that to keep pace with Clarion.
Clarion, like you said, couldn't really get anything going, scored all 3 of their runs in the top of the 7th last time. So more runs in that first inning than they did all of game 1. As Cal U will look to battle back, and they'll start off with the same 3 that started off game 1 with Adam Crawford, Anthony Veneza, and then Jacob McCassie. And the first pitch to Adam Crawford is in there for strike 1. And Adam Crawford fouls one up and out of play down the third base, over the third base dugout for strike 2.
Crawford, one of the better contact hitters on the team, one of the better hitters with 2 strikes. Maybe looking to choke up on the bat on this one.
And a good eye there as that one was tailing outside for ball 1. And again, one tailing outside and low for ball 2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not the most terrible pitches by McGee, just throwing kind of junk pitches outside, trying to get Crawford to chase, but Crawford, with a good eye, sees them for 2 balls.
Crawford definitely has one of the best eyes on the team, is really good at taking his pitches when they're not there and working counts from 0-2 to full. As he's worked this one from 0-2 and now to 2-2, and continues to battle. And he continues to foul this one off as this one's going to go out of play over the third baseline.
Crawford doing a great job choking up on the bat just a little bit and slicing these pitches off by McGee and keeping himself alive here in the first at-bat of the game for the Vulcans.
And he lost that one. And just like that, it's 3-2, a good at-bat to work it full. And swung on a miss, blew a fastball right by him, the first out of the inning, and Trevor McGee's first K of the day.
You can see after that one, Crawford a little bit upset with himself at that at-bat. McCaskey talking to him now, just in front of the dugout. Crawford, a bad swing on that one. Not something we see too often by Adam Crawford, but strikes out here to start game number 2 for California.
Adam Crawford did a good job battling there, just couldn't get a piece of the bat on the ball for that strike 3. And as you said, a little frustrated, smack is the right fielder Darren Byers for the second out of the inning.
Venetia on that one just kind of reached a little bit. The pitch by McGee tailing towards the outside edge of the plate. Venetia able to make decent contact with it, but just couldn't get enough oomph behind it and lines that one out to left or right, for the second out of the inning for California.
With 2 away now, Jacob McCaskey, who's playing first base instead of second base in game 2, will step in for the first time. And he's going to first pitch, lace it on the ground to third, and fired across the diamond with the stretch. And in time, a nice play by Caden Content to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Trevor McGee. And after one inning, it's still Clarion 4 and Cal U nothing here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Wild Things Park for the top of the second inning between Clarion and California. Clarion jumping up to a 4-0 lead in the top of the first inning, and with a great pitching job by Jake McGee, able to sit down the Vulcans 1-2-3 at the bottom of the first. Now coming to bat in the top of the second for Clarion will be the second baseman Nate Petke. And then after that, it will wrap around to the top of the lineup once again with Casey Shugar and Matt Prevett.
Cal U in that first game batted all the way around 10 players in the first inning. Clarion tried to do that same, but was only one batter short. Could not get their ninth hole batter, Nate Petke, to bat. As like you said, he will lead off the top of the second. As Roman Gill, who came in for Aiden Ruiz in the middle of that first inning, will continue to go back out to work. And a nice off-speed pitch to get the swing and the miss for strike one.
Petke in game one, no hits, but was able to score one of the 3 runs by Clarion, so was able to get on base looking to get his first hit of the series so far.
Now in a hole 0-2. A good eye there on the outside pitch to work it to 1-2. And a little bit of a half swing there and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. First strike 3, the first out of the second inning, and Roman Gill's second strikeout.
You can see the frustration on Petke there. That was not the best swing, not the best at bat for him as well. A couple of bad swings at that time. Very similar to the first strike, just swung out one just a little bit outside, but and like the first one, swung and a miss.
Now on the first pitch, Casey Shugart grounds it to second, and Santino Mara fires it to first for the second out of the inning. A really quick first 2 outs here for Roman Gill.
And this is what the Vulcans need after having a tough first inning. They need to be able to get themselves back into a groove defensively after, because a lot of the hits, or a lot of the at-bats in the first inning, not a lot the defense can do, but able to keep your defense alert after a quick start here in this one.
As Matt Prevett comes up to bat for the second time and squares to bunt, but then pulls it back. As the second pitch is right in there, first strike 1. American lace it up the middle, off the glove of Roman Gill, and then fires it to first. Almost made a quick reaction stop, but was composed enough to get out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Roman Gill. He'll way to settle down, and as we're through the top of the second inning, it's still Clarion 4 and Cal U nothing here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Atali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly/CalU Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, Follow at CalU Covered on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. As we get ready to start the bottom of the second inning, got the Cal U trails Clarion 4-0 here in Game 2. Clarion scored all 4 of their runs there in the first inning. As a great second inning of work there by Roman Gill, who came in midway and really calmed things down for the Vulcans. As for the Vulcans this inning, they went 1-2-3 in the first, so it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Loudon Conte, Jaden Tatano, and Santino Mara still trying to battle back, down 4-0. And on the first pitch, Loudon Conte is going to line it right out to the right fielder, Darren Byers, for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Similar to Venetia's at bat in the first inning. And very similar to Venetia as well, just kind of reached on that one and lined that one out to right field. But if there's any team that I could imagine coming back from a deficit like this, it is the Vulcans. This offense is electric, so wouldn't be surprised if we see them put up some runs.
Cal U has also had a thing for the late heroics here. Justin Stewart a few weeks ago, about a month ago, maybe even a month ago now, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 6th inning to lift Vulcan past, I believe it was Slippery Rock, and then they would go on to win it by 1 run in the top of the 7th. So Cal U definitely has no way and means are they out of this one at any means yet.
It's still early in the game as well. The California bats normally come alive early in the game, but we have seen them, like you said, find a spark later in the games as well.
And with Sky down the first baseline, they're trying to make a beat on it, but it's going to go out of play over by the wild deck. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that one ended up on the roof of the building of the wild deck. Unfortunate for whoever has to retrieve that one later.
And now again, the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be ripped for a base hit. Jaden Tatano rips a 1-out single into left field.
And sometimes that's all it takes for the offense to get going. Just one person to get a hit can make all the difference sometimes. Great piece of hitting by Tatano. Able to just get that one. McGee trying to jam him up and in. But Tatano did a great job at squaring off on that one and ripping it into left field to get the first hit of the game for California.
Jaden Tatano hit into a bunch of fielders' choice in Game 1 as he's still hitting in DH in DH in Game 1. As now Santino Mara steps in the batter's box for the first time in Game 2, playing second base today. Trevor McGee, being that left-handed pitcher, is looking right at the runner on first. So even with the speedy Jaden Tatano, it's going to be hard for him to get any type of big lead.
I mean, they already threw over Adam, making him go back. They know the kind of speed that Tatano has, making sure to keep him at bay at first.
That one is fouled off the catcher's hand. He's shaking it off a little bit.
And Stewart, coming up behind him now, knows how that one feels. That one not on the hand of his glove, but on the hand of his throwing hand. Just comes off the knuckles. Pretty sore on that one, but looks like he's able to. Looks like he will shake it off.
Shake it off, maybe stretch his hands a little bit and get right back down to it. Has now 1 ball and 1 strike to Santino Mara. with a runner on first. He's going to ground it foul down the third baseline. In on the hands, just trying to stay alive with 2 strikes.
That time Mara just got slightly ahead of the pitch by McKee, putting on a little off-speed pitch on that one. Mara swung a little bit early, but it was able to still make contact. Now falls behind 1-2.
Small lead over on first for Tatano. And they're going to go ahead and check over him. It's almost like a thing. Every time I say check about the lead, they go ahead and check over on him. I said it 3 or 4 times in game 1, and every single time I said it, they threw over.
I think they might got an earpiece on the mound listening to what you're saying there, Finn.
As that one was way outside. And it's now a 2-2 count. That pitch dropped way down. It looked like it was going to start up high and then dropped way in down low. And now it works to count to 3-2.
A beautiful eye by Mara. Like you said, that one started off way high and just dipped straight into the dirt just at the end. Mara did a great job at holding off on that one and working the count to full.
He's up there hacking and he drives one to center. Just gets under a little bit too much. And the center fielder, Matt Pravetta, is right there to make the catch, the second out of the inning.
You just mentioned it, but just got underneath of that one a little bit too much. Unfortunate for Santuna Mara, who we know has a little bit of pop in the bat, but that time just wasn't able to show it off, and the Vulcans now down to the last out of the second inning.
And now the catcher, Justin Stewart, steps into the batter's box for the first time in game 2. That was a heater right in there. You could hear the sound of the catcher's mitt from way up here, but it was high for ball 1. So they're going to check over again on Jaden Tatano at first. Again, that one's going to be a little bit upstairs for ball 2. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
Stewart 1 for 3 in the first game. Did hit that 3-run home run for California to extend their lead to 11 in game 1. Looking to replicate something similar to that here in this at-bat.
Now 2 balls and no strikes, and swung on and missed. A nice pitch there to challenge Justin Stewart for the first strike. That one is foul tipped right back into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. Worked the count to 2-2.
I think that may be the longest time in between pitches
Trevor
we've seen.
Trevor McGee is not a fan of the Dylan Borowski effect, where you go as quickly as possible.
Borowski pitches like he's got places to be. McGee's like I'm taking my time.
Dylan Borowski always has plans on his Friday and Saturday nights. As that one is ripped into the outfield by Justin Stewart. Is going to get into the gap, so Justin Stewart's going to head for second. And the speed of Jaden Tatano is going to easily get from first to third. It's now runners on second and third with 2 away for Colby Rockesy.
A beautiful 2-out hit by Stewart, able to just rip that one into center. Thought maybe they were going to try to cut him off and stop him from advancing to second. Kind of a strange throw by the center fielder, Prevet, trying to get Titano out of third. But like you said, the Titano's got some wheels on him, so not the easiest thing to do to try to throw him out at third.
Would have been a really difficult throw. As I said, Colby Rockesy steps into the batter's box for the first time today. He did not play in game one, kind of a name and a guy that we don't hear as much about, but the last time we did hear about him was last Saturday, where he hit a 2-run pinch hit home run to solidify and boost Cal U up 5-1 in that game, as they went on to win that game in game 2 versus UPJ. So last time he was up, he did see the ball fly over the fence, as now he's up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
McGee laboring a little bit, just kind of shaking his head after that one. Hasn't been able to find the control in this at-bat. And Rockesy able to get some power in his swing. Doesn't want to fall too far behind on him.
McGee takes his time. And that one's going to be outside. 3 balls and no strikes. McGee worked relatively fast in that first inning and was able to get a 1-2-3, but ever since that Jaden Titano single, it slowed things down a whole lot. And a little get-me-over fastball right in there at the knees on the inside edge, 3-1.
You could see the relief on him there after he threw that one. Needed to get that one in there, and now finds himself still behind, but in a more manageable count at 3-1.
A good hitter's count here for Colby Rockesy. And he swings and foul tips, and again the catcher getting the worser side of that.
Looks like the umpire just cleaning a little bit of dirt off of home plate.
Giving Lenny Piscini maybe a little bit of time to wear that one a little bit more. And now another 3-2 pitch. And he's going to be inside for ball 4. Good at bat by Colby Rockesy as he walks to make the bases loaded. And now with 2 away and the bases loaded, the 9-hole hitter, the left fielder, Mike Landry, will step up to bat.
And this is what the Vulcans need to do to get themselves back into this game.
Mike Landry was that bunt down the line to score that RBI in the first inning. And nowhere to put him now. That one is ripped into left field. A base hit. 1 run's going to come around. Here comes the second. The throw to third is not in time. A 2-out RBI single for Mike Landry. And it's now 4-2 Clarion as Cal U is cut into that lead.
Landry ripped that one down the third base line, able to get it past the diving third baseman, Content. Great job by Landry. Nice 2-out hitting, and now cuts the lead down out to 2.
Mike Landry has made the most of his starts today in left. His 3rd RBI in both games, as that brings in Adam Crawford, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch is way outside for ball 1. Now Crawford chops it to first. It's going to be an unassisted play to end the inning, but Calu doesn't come up empty. 3 hits and a walk gets Calu 2 runs, as Calu now only trails Clarion 4 and Calu 2 after 2 innings here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Natali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. Here as we get ready for the top of the 3rd inning, as Cal U was able to get 2 of their 3 runs back, 2 of the 4 runs that they let up in the first inning back right there, thanks to a Mike Landry 2-out bases loaded single, which scored 2, and then Adam Crawford grounded out to end the inning. Cal U will slowly fight back to get into this one, as like I said, they've cut that lead right in half.
And exactly at the bottom of the second was what we know the Vulcans offense is capable of doing. Did a great job with a couple 2-out hits and a walk, and able to get themselves not only on base, but they were to get themselves around home to score, and now cut the lead down to only 2.
As now to start this top of the 3rd inning, Caden Content will lead it off. Content was one of the people to get a single in that first inning that started that 4-run rally for Clarion. And a nice pitch on the outside corner. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like Roman Gill is on the Dylan Broski train in terms of pitching very fast, very commanding in this at-bat against Privet.
That one was driven high into center field, going back on it, and it will drop. Didn't get very deep. It was just a high little blooper, and Caden Content now is 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Thought he got just enough a hold of that one to line out to center, but off the bat, I guess it just blooped right in between the second, right over the head of the second baseman, right in front of the center fielder. And sometimes with a little bit of luck, that's how you get some runs in this game. A little bloop hit on a no outs.
Now he pops up the bunt, and it's going to go over the screen. And she is okay.
Hey.
I'm glad she is okay. Little bunt went right over the screen, and it came right down in front of her. Almost looked like it might have hit her. Hit her a little miscue on the bunt there.
Yeah, a little bit of an older fan, that bunt.
Nice celebration there, too.
Got to be the highest bunt I think I've ever seen. And like you said, it goes over the screen, almost hits this older lady.
She had no fear. There was no getting out of the way or making the catch. It was prepare for impact and just kind of be ready, and she was ready for it.
I think it seemed like she was just accepting her fate, though. She's like, it's definitely hitting me.
And not only that, she was able to get up and get the ball and give us some. What a team player right there. As they try to do a pickoff move of Caden Content at first, trying to keep him close. As 2 bunt attempts, and this one's bunted hard. They have a play at second, and they got him. A nice, calm, composed play by Roman Gill to get the lead runner at second. It was bunted just a little bit too hard by Darren Byers.
Not the greatest bunt by Byers. Didn't do what it needed to do. That one a bit too hard and too close to the pitcher. And a great play by Gill with to be able to throw it to second to get the lead runner out.
And that will bring up Mason Kepler, the DH. And he'll foul the first one up way out of play down the first baseline. Roman Gill so far, even though he let up the double, which had those 3 runs to clear the bases loaded, that wasn't really his fault when he came in. So other than that, has done a great job of just calming everything down as he gets a ground ball to Santino Morrow, fires it to second to first for the double play of 4-6-3 to get out of the third inning. And as we're through the top of the third inning here at Wild Things Park, it's Clarion 4 and Cal U 2 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Itali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Wild Things Park as we get ready for our favorite segment here in the bottom of the third inning, home runs for high fives. If Cal U can manage to hit a home run in the bottom of the third inning, please come by and give me or my beautiful broadcast partner, John Sape, a high five. We're still waiting on our first home run or high fives for home runs this year, and we're hoping that Anthony Veneza, Jacob McCaskey, or Loudon Conte can provide that for us.
I think the bottom of the fifth inning promotion is my favorite promotion personally, but the high fives, 4 home runs isn't bad either.
Now imagine getting to walk away with a high five from one of us and an autographed pick. That would be something else.
That's just the mother load right there.
That's why you come to the ballpark. And now the 0-1 count to Anthony Veneza is driven on the ground. A base hit, a nice piece of hitting to open up the bottom of the third with a leadoff single.
Almost nearly a great play by Continent third. Venezia ripped that one hard on the ground just past the outstretched arm of Content. And now California get themselves an early base hit.
Cal U slowly but surely going to get their hits and try to chop back at this lead as they brought it back to 2 last inning. And now a leadoff single by Anthony Veneza to try to get them going again.
I mean, if there's anyone to hit a home run for the high fives or homers, it's definitely Jacob McCaskey.
And they'll check over at Anthony Veneza at first base. And the first pitch is chopped foul down the third baseline. First strike 1.
McCaskey trying to jump ahead early in the count. First pitch swinging. That one just a little bit far inside. McCaskey is able to make contact, but just chops that one just foul.
McCaskey is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third on the first pitch in the first inning that he saw. As these are not taking too big of a lead over there just yet. Only a few steps, but they want to keep him closer. That one is way inside, a little bit of a delayed steal. A great pitch to steal on the off-speed, tailing in under the hands. And now Anthony Veneza swipes a bag.
Exactly what you said. Didn't look like he was going to steal. Was kind of just jumping around, trying to cause some chaos there over at first, but saw the pitch low and inside and decided that was a good enough pitch to take off on, and gets in there pretty comfortably.
And just like that, an RBI chance for Jacob McCaskey now sits at second base. And the 1-1 is upstairs for 2-1.
I would say wouldn't be entirely surprised to see McCaskey maybe bunt this one over, try to advance Venetia to third, but McCaskey has way too much confidence in the box. He knows that he is able to get a hit.
Don't want to take the bat out of your best player's hands. And now the 2-1 pitch is on the way. Swung on, and he's right back on it. You can tell he's trying for that home run for a high five as he fouls that for strike 2. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob McCaskey. Cal U still trying to get back into this game. That one is drilled down the line. Foul. A nice stop by the third baseman. He was up and ready to throw.
I thought maybe McCaskey got that one around the third base bag and stayed fair, but I guess it went just foul. Great play by the third baseman, Content, able to just scoop that one. Nolan Arenado-esque over at third. Looked to be able to fire that one and get McCaskey over at first if it was fair.
And now again, the 2-2 pitch is on the way. This one laced up the middle. A base hit, clean up the middle. Anthony Veneza is going to come around easily and score. And back-to-back singles and a stolen base makes it 4-3 Clarion over Cal U.
Exactly why you don't. Exactly like I said, Jake McCaskey won't bunt. Like you said, don't take the bat out of your best hitter's hand, and McCaskey delivers on that one, rips that one right down the middle, right past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Petke, and Venetia with that speed scores pretty comfortably from second base.
Sent it right back up where it came from, right up the middle on the ground, and that one's going to get away. And Jacob McCaskey is going to get a free 90 feet on the pass ball. It was able to carry him right back to the catcher, Panizzi, so it not going to affect it too much, but a free 90 feet for Jacob McCaskey.
The worst thing there, if you're a catcher, Piscini just lets that one go straight through the 5-hole and ends up way into the backstop, and McCaskey gets the freest base of his life right there.
And Lanny Conte drives one deep to left. It is going, and it is off the base of the wall. Loudon Conte is going to jog into second, and Jacob McCaskey jogs into home as they trade places, and it's now 4-4 as Cal U from down 4-0 in the first has battled all the way back.
Thought that was about to be some high fives all around. Conte absolutely ripped that one, but does hit it to the deepest part of the park in center field, so a bit unfortunate there, but exactly what the Vulcans offensive needed. After a slow start in the first, able to start heating up here as it looks like a discussion between the pitcher McGee and the catcher Piscini.
Anytime I see that ball go in the air above the fence line in this bottom of the third inning, my heart starts to race, thinking I'm about to come get a high five, and that one hit just the base of the wall. Really had my heart thumping there.
If he hits that at any other part of the ballpark, that probably is a home run. He hit it straight into into left center. That part back there is the deepest. It looks to be the deepest in the ballpark, so is able to find that one, but great hitting by Conte now ties the game up at 4.
Cal U has battled all the way back in just 3 innings from down 4-0, and the first pitch by Jaden Tatano is ripped back to the screen for strike 1.
Tatano, who got the first hit in the last inning, was able to get the first run as well, so the Vulcans coming around once again. to this heart of the order and trying to give themselves the first lead of this game.
Cal U now with 3 consecutive hits, single, double, has scored 2 runs, trying to keep that going, and a ground ball to third, looks him back, fires it to first, and a nice stretch and reach for the first out of the inning. A good play over there at third base by Caden Content to look back Loudon Conte and still make the play.
Nice strong throw by Content. Did a great job at looking off Conte at second, holding him up, making sure he doesn't try to advance to third on the ground ball, and then a nice strong throw over to first to finally get a Vulcan out this inning.
That is the first out for Clarion this inning. First 3 batters had all reached safely. And the first pitch to Santino Morrow is inside for ball 1.
That pitch right there, very similar to the one where we saw McCaskey advanced to second, and in his or whenever he was on first, a great job there by Piscini, able to block that one and prevent Conte from making it to third.
Looked like Santino Morrow wanted to pull the trigger, but dialed it back at the last second, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes. And was driven high into center. Short, though, coming in on it, and it will drop down, takes a hop, and goes over the center fielder's head. Loudon Conte takes a wide turn, but is going to go ahead and come in and score. And Cal U, just like that, is going to take the lead 5-4. Probably going to be a single up the middle, but an error on letting him go to second base.
A bit of a funky play there in center. By Prevet. Just a bit of a bloop shot by Mara. Just got down in front of Prevet, but didn't read the bounce correctly that time. The bounce kind of went over Prevet's head, and that was able to allow Conte to score, and it was allowing Mara to advance to second. So the Vulcans not only coming back from 4-0 down, but now taking the lead.
Cal U is able to gain that lead, right back, just like you said, as now Justin Stewart steps into the batter's box for the second time today as he doubled back in the second inning.
And the biggest difference between the first inning and then the last two for the Vulcans is that McGee hasn't looked entirely comfortable on the mound, was able to get ahead early in the first inning and the first 3 batters, but ever since then just hasn't been able to do so.
As Justin Stewart drives one deep to right, going back on it, and it goes foul and out of play again. We almost had another high fives for homers. They're just teasing us now.
Yeah, Stewart there sends that one into the parking lot, but unfortunately for us, that one is just foul. But we already saw in Game 1 and in this first at-bat in Game 2 the power that Justin Stewart is capable of at the plate, so don't want to give too many pitches to him.
And now the 0-1 to Justin Stewart is inside for ball 1. Still only 1 away here in this inning with 3 runs already across for the Vulcans.
And after a 1-2-3 inning in the first 7 hits in the last 2 innings for California, this offense has been able to catch fire.
And that one is fouled and out of play over the screen for strike 2. Works the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Justin Stewart is right on it and fouls it back and out of play over the screen.
And Stewart seeing a lot of pitches. That one changing the elevation or changing the height a little bit is McGee sends that one just right around the numbers there. Stewart able to adjust and get a swing on that one, but sends it foul once again.
And now another 1-2 pitch coming to Justin Stewart. swung on and laced down the line, down the third baseline, but foul. A good battle by Justin Stewart here to stay alive.
Just one shot, a great snag there by the bullpen catcher over in left field, able to secure that foul ball.
And now again, another 1-2 pitch to Justin Stewart is on the way. One loses that one. It's way upstairs, 2-2.
Piscini did another great job there at managing to block that one. Thought that one was going to get past him and send Conde to third, but Piscini doing a great job at jumping up and securing that catch.
A good battle between Justin Stewart and Trevor McGee, and a little bit of half swing, and he did not go, and it works the count full, 3-2.
Stewart holding his breath there, thought maybe he went around on that one, but did a great job at holding up. The appeal to the umpire over at second said he did not go, so Stewart seeing a lot of pitches in this at bat and would do wonders if he was able to get himself on base.
And now the 3-2 pitch to Justin Stewart with one away and a runner on second. There goes the runner, and Justin Stewart fouls it way high and way out of play. Still a 3-2 count.
I don't think I've been keeping track of how many pitches, but it has to be at least double digits now in this at bat, at least for Justin Stewart. That's about 5 or 6 foul balls in a row now. So Stewart doing a great job at keeping himself alive here.
Has worked it all the way to a 3-2, and the second 3-2 pitch is on the way, and swung and grounded to third. Again, Content looks him back, gets out at 1, fires it across the diamond to third, and it's not in time. Good base running there by Loudon. Conte was able to go just enough so that he was able to have enough, he was able to go just enough back to second, so he's had enough time to get all the way to third. A good play, though, over there by Caden Content, and then a nice throw, almost perfect throw by Brett Pitzer to get the run, to get him going to third, but it was just a little bit late.
Yeah, Content did a great job at looking him off, trying to hold him at second, but like you said, great base running, able to get himself at third. Now the Vulcans with another runner in scoring position.
Excuse me, that is Santino Mara on base. And on the first pitch, Colby Rockesy fouls it really high in the air, foul ground. And he got lost a little bit up there, and nobody could make the play. And it will go down to strike one.
It looks like a bit of a miscommunication between the pitcher, the catcher, and the first baseman there. All of them calling for the ball, then all of them calling it off. And then the first baseman making a diving run, or a charging run in towards the ball, but just, like you said, lost track of it. Not really the sunniest day up, but also not a lot of clouds to cover the sun, so maybe lost that one in the sun just a bit. And Rockesy able to keep this inning alive now.
Now the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball one. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Colby Rockesy has an RBI sitting just 90 feet away with the chance to give Cal U a 2-run lead. He drives one foul down the third baseline.
Rockesy getting some good contact in this at bat on his swings, but that one just rips it just foul. If that is able to stay just inside the third base bag, that one is sending Santino Mara home.
Now the 1-2 pitch is on the way, is way upstairs, and it works the count to 2-2. Trevor McGee hasn't even done that bad of a job of getting ahead of Cal U hitters so far, but Cal U done a great job of battling back in counts to get them even or into 3-2 counts. As now the 2-2 pitch is on the way. And again, it's upstairs for ball 3, and now it fills it up 3-2 again.
Rockesy checks his swing on that one, was able to hold up. And you saw the frustration on McGee's face. Kind of just lost that one as he was throwing it. Looked a little bit frustrated, and now finds himself in a full count once again.
And now a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And that's again way upstairs. 3 straight balls way upstairs to walk him. His second walk in as many at-bats.
And Landry coming up to bat now was able to get a single in the last inning that was able to score Justin Stewart. So looking to do that once again here and extend California's lead beyond 1.
That 2-run single was what got Cal U right back into the game in the second inning. And in game 1, Mike Landry laid down the most perfect bunt I think I might have ever seen, and he got the RBI out of it, a little squeezed bunt. So it's interesting to see if maybe Cal U runs that again. And the runner going at second, and they're not even going to think about a play. And now, just like that, a single could score 2.
Pacino, very disciplined there. Thought maybe about throwing it, but that's kind of one of the oldest tricks in the book. The runner takes off to second, you throw it, and as you're throwing it, the runner at third steals home essentially. So Pacini did a great job at not trying to let that one distract him.
And that one now is low as he falls behind Mike Landry now. 2 balls and no strikes. That one is inside. Now 3 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and 1 strike, excuse me.
And if you're Clarion, you need to get Landry out here. Crawford, one of your better hitters if you're California, in the on-deck circle.
Swung on and fouled high and out of play down the third baseline. Almost caught out there by that Clarion fan, in and out of the hands.
And didn't really make an attempt at the catch. Just kind of let it hit him off the chest.
Looked like he couldn't even tell where it was and just kind of reached his hands out.
I'll give
late.
that one a 4 out of 10 on the effort.
John Sape expects a full-out dive.
I mean, if it's coming to you, you got to try to catch it, man.
He didn't want to grade the old lady's catch, but you want. As the foul ball again is up there, and he just got out of the way. You want to give a grade to that one?
Oh, that one's like a 1, man. Like, that's coming straight at you. You gotta just stick a hand out there trying to catch that. A fan to our right sitting.
John Sape is very critical of the fans here today at Wild Things Park. This is why we had to have the poll of who's friendlier to come up to for those bottom of the third home run things.
Hey, I just want some more effort out of the fans. You know, I want them to be able to dive for these for it.
As the 2-2 pitch to Mike Landry is drilled into center, but Mike Prevetta is right there to end the inning. Again, Cal U doesn't come up empty. They score 3 runs and take the lead right back on Clarion. And after 3 innings, it's Cal U 5 and Clarion 4 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. As we get ready here for the top of the 4th inning, we had a long bottom of the 3rd inning as Cal U was able to score 3 runs and take the lead 5-4 now on Clarion. Clarion will look to get things going here in the top of the 4th inning as they have Lenny Pacini, Brett Pitzer, and Griffin Snyder, the first 3 to bat in this inning. Lenny Piscini is 1 for 1 with that bases loaded clearing double all the way back in the first inning.
Stewart thankful on that one that no one was on base. Kind of just dropped the pitch and just squeezed right in between his legs to the backstop for ball 1.
And the second one is going to get the outside edge for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that one caught the outside edge of something. I'm not quite sure. It was the plate. A little fortunate call for Roman Gill.
A little bit more of the outside of the batter's box than the plate as he swings through that off-speed pitch for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And another nice off speed to have him way out in front. He wasn't ready for that one. And 1, 2, 3 pitches. He goes right down. Roman Gill's 3rd strikeout on the day.
And maybe a little fortunate on that first strike call, but the last 2, no doubt about that. No doubt about them. Gill with a nice off-speed pitch on that one gets Piscini swinging and gets the first out of the inning.
And that will bring in Brett Pitzer, who takes the first pitch right in there for strike 1. And the second one, he's right on it, and it's fouled back to the screen for strike 2. Now in the hole, 0-2 is Brett Pitzer, who struck out his first time at bat all the way back in the first inning.
It seems so long ago now. That first inning for Clarion was electric, but since then just hasn't been able to catch fire.
That one's outside. A good eye there by Pitzer for ball 1. That one is laced foul and out of play, and then hits off the carom and comes back in play.
The exit velocity on that foul ball had to have been through the roof. That one, like you said, was able to bounce off of the concrete out there and come back in.
And a nice pitch there, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2nd strikeout of the inning, his 4th strikeout on the day. And now there's 2 away here for the shortstop, Griffin Snyder.
And ever since Gill has come into the game, has been phenomenal. Gave up 1 hit in the last inning, but 4 strikeouts so far since he was able to come in. Gill doing a great job at relieving the struggling Ruiz from the first inning. And now California, the pitching getting into a bit of a groove.
As that pitch is upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to make this a quick inning, as that one's a little bit low. He falls behind 2-1. And they're going to go ahead and walk him there. So after getting the first 2 batters out on K's, he walks the 3rd one. And now it's a runner on first with 2 away as Nate Petke steps in the batter's box. And Clarion will flip the lineup around for next inning at least.
And Gill on that pitch just misses the outside corner for the strike, but not the greatest pitching there in that at-bat.
And that one is laced right back up the middle for a base hit, trying to go first to 3rd. And then he gets him a little caught off, and Adam Crawford's throw is just not in time, a little bit late. A good heads-up play by Adam Crawford to get it in, to hustle in and get it in quick and make a bang-bang play at second base. But now, after 2 back-to-back strikeouts, a walk and a single, it's 1st and 2nd with 2 away here for Clarion, as they are now threatening with the top of the order coming back up in Casey Schubart.
Snyder thought that bloop shot over Venetia's head and a little bit too far away from Crawford was going to be good enough to get himself to 3rd, but But great heads-up play by Crawford, able to make the throw in time and able to track that one down to hold Snyder at second and keep the runner from advancing to third.
Clarion trying to get a little 2-out rally going here. And a nice pitch there at the corner for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he gets him to pop it up. It's high, a little bit behind second. Santino Morrow is there. Shallow right, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Gets through a clean inning here with no runs. Only 1 hit. They left 2 after the top of the 5th here. It's Cal U 5 and Clarion 4 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Itali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/CalU Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wild Things Park for the bottom of the 4th inning between California and Clarion. After a 1 hit in the last, or 2 hits, or 1 hit and 1 walk in the top of the 4th, California able to come out unscathed and hold their lead 5-4. As we get back into the bottom of the 4th inning, California will have the top of the lineup batting in Crawford, Venetia, and McCaskey.
Cal U has been threatening and scoring over the last 2 innings, 2 in the 2nd and 3 in the 3rd. Maybe trying to make it now 4 in the 4th. Try to keep that number, call it up each inning. As Cal U was down 4-0 and have crawled all the way back to take that 1-run lead. And as John said it's 1-2-3. It's Adam Crawford, Anthony Veneza, and Jacob McCaskey. As Cal U will try to keep adding some insurance runs to try to build a little bit more of a lead so they can try to get this sweep of Clarion here today.
And every game is important for the Vulcans to win. Tied for 5th in the PSAC West standings, or after game 1, we'll gain a hold of 5th place, but only 2 games back of Slippery Rock and Mercyhurst and Gannon, all tied for 1st. So every game here at the end of the season matters to win.
Plenty to play for the Vulcans going into these final weeks of the season as we wrap up this spring semester. And the first pitch to Adam Crawford is outside, ball 1. He takes ball 2. Adam Crawford is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the first baseman back in the 2nd inning. As he swings through that one and falls behind 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Adam Crawford. Little half swing, and he chops it foul a little bit back to the screen, closer to the first base dugout. Adam Crawford will continue to have to battle here to stay alive. And a good eye there to work the count to 2-2.
A beautiful pitch there, but an even better eye by Crawford. Saw that one missed just on the outside edge of the plate. Now, like you said, keeps himself alive at 2-2.
Adam Crawford does a good job, as we said earlier, working from 2 strike counts to get back into it, whether it's 2-2 or 3-2, and again fouls that one right down to stay alive.
And there was a pitching change during that inning. Coming in for McGee will be the freshman right-handed pitcher Riley Schaefer.
That one just kind of lost that one there, way up, and it went for ball 3. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Adam Crawford works the count full again, but got to be protecting on anything close. He's going to swing on, kind of a half swing, and he's going to get it to drop in for a leadoff base hit for Adam Crawford, his first hit of the day.
I was just about to say you very rarely see Crawford not reach base in a game that time. Just a bloop shot over the head of the shortstop Snyder, and Crawford able to get himself on base here in this game.
Put bat on ball, and good things will happen, as now with nobody out and a runner on first, Anthony Veneza steps in, and he's going to take a strike on the outside corner. Looked like he squared around a bunt at first and then pulled it back. So they're going to go ahead and check on Adam Crawford over there at first base. And again, you're going to go ahead and check over at Adam Crawford at first base. That one actually got by the first baseman a little bit, but he was able to keep it right there close so Adam Crawford could not advance at all.
I feel like after you do it once, you're just doing it to keep him close. Second time, I think it's pretty personal. Just trying to keep him sliding back.
Trying to make him eat as many of those rubber pellets as possible. Is now Anthony Veneza with 2 strikes. We'll have to try to battle back here. Swing on and lace a base hit. Back-to-back base hits. And it's going to be first and second with nobody out here.
Great base hitting by Venezia, but I guess that is why you keep him close. Venezia able to get that one into right field, but Crawford didn't have as big of a lead as he did before. It was held up at second. And said, but if it was in the previous 2 at-bats, or previous 2 pitches, probably would have ended up at third with the lead that he had. But Vulcan's now with 2 runners on and nobody out, with Jacob McCaskey coming up to bat.
As you see, Adam Crawford coming off the field for that meeting, taking off that little mitten he got and shaking out some of those turf pellets. So Trevor McGee definitely made him get a few. Riley Shaver definitely made him get a few in there in those attempts to get back. And like you said, because he was a little bit closer to first because of those attempts, he could not go to first or third on the base hit. Are you trying to discuss what they want to do here with runners on first and second and nobody out?
I feel like the biggest talking point is whether or not they will pitch to McCaskey, because we know exactly what McCaskey is capable of at the plate. Not only is one of your best players, but is your best hitter. And so trying to just come up with a plan to see whether or not they maybe potentially do a double steal, something like that, as McCaskey's hitting to send both of the runners home.
It's kind of a pick your poison, as McCaskey on the first pitch flies one deep to center. Matt Provida goes back and he makes the catch. Crawford is going to tag and go to third, and Anthony Venez is going to tag and go to second. So it's a successful sac fly bat for Jacob McCaskey to move both the runners up 90 feet each.
McCaskey just doing a pretty fancy sac bunt. Just kind of sends that one, just trying to show off his power a little bit. Sends that one into the outfield. and kind of just did the job that was intended, able to advance both of the runners into scoring position for Loudon Conte.
I was going to say, you kind of pick your poison between who you want to face in Jacob McCaskey or Loudon Conte. And on the first pitch, Jacob McCaskey flew it away. And then that time on the first pitch, Loudon Conte fouls it up and out of play into the grandstand for strike one. A big RBI chance here with only one away for Cal U to push the lead to 3 runs. And it is going to drop in for a base hit. Adam Crawford's going to easily come in and score, and with the speed of Anthony Veniza, he'll easily come in and score. It's a 1-out, 2 RBI single for Loudon Conte, and it's now Cal U 4, Cal U 7 and Clarion 4.
I'll say the previous at bat by McCaskey did its job perfectly, flew it out. It was able to advance both runners into scoring position, and Conte stepped up at the right time, able to just send that one in between short and third, and send both runners home and give California now a comfortable 3-run lead.
Cal U scoring 7 runs in this game, trying to maybe match what they did with still time to go, as they scored 11 in the first game. And now with 1 out still and a runner on first, this is Jaden Tatano, and the second pitch is going to get way away and go back to the backstop for ball 1. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike and a free 90 feet for Loudon Conte.
We've seen that a couple times in this game. Piper Senior is not able to block those ones in the dirt, but after that base hit by Conte, I think that's his 4th RBI of the game. Got 2 in the 3rd inning, sending home both Venetia and McCaskey. Now that time, sending home Venetia and Crawford.
Dancing around out there at second is Loudon Conte, and that one doesn't get that far away, but they're going to test it. And they got him. It looked like he said punch out, but it looked like he did kind of a punch out safe at the same time. And even though they tagged him on the chest instead of the hands, they're going to call him out even from the disbelief of Mike Conte, and they're not even going to let him argue it, as Loudon Conte is going to get picked off trying to take an extra 90 feet on a little bit of a pass ball. And now with 2 away here, it's down to just Jaden Tatano.
Yeah, not quite sure if that was the decision by Coach Conte or by Payton or Loudon Conte at second. That one was by him, but not enough.
And that one is just lightly flared to the shortstop, Griffin Snyder, to end the inning. As Cal U doesn't come up empty, though, they get a 2 RBI single from Loudon Conte. It's now 7-4 Cal U after 4 innings here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. Here as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning, Cal U leads Clarion 7-4, thanks to a 2-run RBI single there by Loudon Conte to give Cal U now a 3-run lead instead of 1. And now as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be Matt Prevetta, Caden Content, and Darren Byers for Clarion.
The center fielder, number 6, Matt Prevetta.
As Roman double with the bases loaded has really not let anything go around behind him.
Gil just like we've been talking about, doing a great job in relief.
As he falls behind this hitter now, 2 balls and no strikes. Still anybody's game, only a 3-run game, so Cal U going to want to keep pitching and keep him off the scoreboard. As now he's thrown 3 straight balls to open up the top of the 5th inning.
That time Gill just looked like he lost that one as he was pitching. It kind of just drug it into the left-handed batter's box.
And a little get-me-over fastball on the inside edge for strike 1.
Pavetta thought that one was too far inside and was already walking to first.
And he takes the fastball right down the center of the plate now to fill it up 3-2. Roman Gill right back onto the mound, not wasting any time, and fires a fastball right by him. As soon as he went down 3-0, he said, "I'm tired of this," and sent him down on 3 pitches for his 6th strikeout of the day.
Now batting the third baseman, number 24, Caden Container.
Great at bat by Gill, doing a terrific job at fighting back. Was down 3-0. The 3-0 pitch, thought maybe it was too far inside, but 3 pitches in a row was able to get the job done.
And then on the first pitch to Caden Content, the guy who's been giving Cal U trouble all day and continues to do so, his 3rd single of this game.
3 for 3 and 3 singles. Doing a great job at reading the pitches by Gill and able to make decent contact with him. That time just sends it in the gap between short and third into left field and able to get himself on base once again.
Caden Content, the only one that was able to get Aiden Ruiz and Roman Gill so far today. As this is Darren Byers, who's 1 for 2 with a single and reached on a fielder's choice. And he's going to lace this one on the ground, a base hit. It's going to be first and second with only 1 away here for Clarion. Back-to-back singles now.
You could tell on that one, Content not really expecting the hit by Byers. Didn't have the greatest jump off of first. Was never going to make it to third, but able to hold himself up at second. But now Clarion looking dangerous here in the top of the 5th. 2 runners on with only 1 out.
Roman Gill is going to go ahead and come out of this game after he came in with only 1 away in the in the first inning, was able to go the rest of the way. So was able to pitch basically 3 entire innings here, maybe 3 1/3 innings, and allowed no runs throughout those innings of work. Right now is really the only time where he's had some trouble behind him with less than 2 outs.
And coming in to pitch for him will be number 16, the sophomore right-handed pitcher, Troy Linkovich. Linkovich, we see a lot coming out of the bullpen in relief, and we'll see him here once again in this game.
As you said, Troy Linkovich, a guy that we see a little bit here and there to come in and kind of close games out or maybe even save them. The sophomore right-handed pitcher. As he might have to do a little bit more than just 1 inning today, as Cal U will at least need to get through. He'll need to try to at least get through 2 2/3 innings.
I always think it's crazy that the size of the athletes at these schools, because I'm also a sophomore, and looking at Troy Linkovich, he's like way bigger than I am, and it's kind of just, it's always just something, it's always a sight to see, you know.
You think you're a grown man when you're coming to college, but then you see the real grown men when you go to college.
Now batting the designated player, number 7, Mason Kepler.
And now with 1 on and 2 out, Troy Linkovich will try to get out of this jam, as Mason Kepler will come in and be his first batter. And his first pitch is right in there for strike 1.
Kepler reached base with the first time with a walk in his first at bat, Was able to score a run last time out, hit into a double play. Vulcan's hoping that he does the same here.
And just like you speak it into existence, a nice little 4-6-3 double play. Little credit there to John Safe to get Cal U out of the inning. And just like that, a great job by Troy Linkavage. And Cal U still leads 7-4 here after the top of the 6th inning here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wild Things Park for the bottom of the 5th inning between California and Clarion. And since it is the bottom of the 5th inning, it is time for our annual Jacks with Jackson. If the Vulcans are able to hit a home run this inning, it is entitled to one free autograph picture from LAW and CUTV's very own Jackson Hawk. So something to keep an eye out in the bottom of this 5th inning.
Nobody was able to receive that autograph in Game 1. And as we've already missed out on our chance at a high five, we're really hoping that someone can at least walk away with one of these very valuable autographs from Jackson Hawk.
Hey, I'm hoping for it. I have some space on my wall to hang it up. You know, I need something to fill it out. And coming up to bat first here in the bottom of the 5th will be Santino Mara.
At some point, they're going to start making fat heads of him, and I can't wait to have that up on my wall. That is something that my kid will forever cherish, or I will forever cherish.
I forgot fat heads were a thing.
Most people have fat heads of maybe Chris Bryant or a baseball player. I have fat heads of our very own CUTV reporters.
That sounds
As Santino Mara will step into the batter's box to open up this bottom of the 5th inning.
I don't know if I should be concerned or not.
And that one is grounded to third. A strong throw across the diamond. And in time, a nice play by Caden Content. Kind of been the star of the show for Clarion today.
Content doing another great job playing pretty shallow at third, able to range over, make the play to his right, and a nice strong over to throw to first to get the speedy Santino Mara out by a couple steps as well. Not even not the closest player, because we know how fast Mara is, but an even stronger throw and an even faster throw by Content.
Content playing that hot corner very well today. So that one's laced on the ground. A nice play by Griffin. Across the diamond in time, a nice play by Griffin Snyder, and 2 quick outs here.
I think they know about. I think they're trying to not let anyone get autographs here.
If they can't have the autograph,
nobody
can. Yep.
Unlucky.
As we said, 2 quick outs there, a 5-3 and then a 6-3, as now Colby Rockesy, who's actually 0 for 0 on the day today with 2 walks. Colby Rockesy still is living off his last hit as a 2-run pinch hit home run.
There's nothing wrong with reaching base twice in a game, you know. Not a hit, but
get that OPS up any way you can. And now he's up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
Hey, the OPS, that's what gets people paid, you know, and making sure you're getting yourself on base.
Miguel Cabrera had to wait for that 3,000th hit, but got his OPS up a little bit in the process. And a nice pitch there. That one looked way up and in, and it tailed back inside for strike one. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. One swung on and towered high up into the air, right behind home plate. Kind of a little bit confusion, and third baseman Content, who's been doing it all day, came all the way over to the first baseline and made the catch and goes right into the dugout, was ready to get off the field as fast as possible. And after 5 innings, it's still Cal U 7 and Clarion 7 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Natali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning. And in this 6th inning, we're going to have a nice little special guest as as one of our very own cameraman, producers, directors, whatever you want to call it. Matt Bonzo is here on the mic with us.
Thank you, Finn. I'll take any of those names to be here with 2 of the friendliest people I know.
Oh, I'll take it. But
even though we had the vote to decide, I was still friendlier. I'm going to use that any chance that I get. As we get ready here for the first batter here in the top of the 6th inning, as Lenny Piscini, the catcher, will step up to bat.
And with this game, this will more than likely be CUTV's final sports broadcast of the year. And with that, our 2 guests in this game, Phineas Maison and Matthew Bonzo, both being seniors, this will be their final game.
That one almost up at the head by Piscini. Yeah, been here for a little bit. Matt, you've been here a little bit longer than me. If you want to tell the people kind of what you've been doing behind the scenes for CUTV.
So behind the scenes CUTV, I've been mainly doing cameras, any of them, 1, 2, or 3, working as director up there, doing that so far this game, graphics, and doing some studio shoots like What You Think and V-Day.
Matt Bonzo is one of the many people behind camera that make CUTV go here, as that one is fouled back to the screen to make the count 2-2.
There are many, many people involved with CUTV that you don't quite get to hear or see, but not only are they just as important, but probably more important than people like me or Finn. Like they make sure that we're able to do our jobs here.
They make sure we go, and they make sure that we're kept in line here and there, because you never know what someone like John Sape could do or say at any point in time.
Relax.
As that one's ripped on the ground to Loudon Conte and fired across the diamond, and in time for the first out of the inning.
Yep, you guys can sometimes be unpredictable, but I think that's the charm of all you guys doing these games.
Got to come out and, make some, words or I don't even know how to say it. You say I'm good with words, and then I can't even say it. What is it? I can't even get the word out that I'm looking for anymore. As now Brett Pitzer will step into the batter's box for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, both versus Roman Gill. That one is way upstairs for ball 2. Now 2 balls and no strikes.
And Linkovich not messing around here. Another pitch way far inside. That one just kind of lost the handle on it, but working very quickly in these at-bats.
Linkovich only now 5 outs away from getting this one, and Cal U trying to complete that sweep here. as that one will end up going outside for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. And now with one away and a man on first, the shortstop Griffin Snyder will step into the batter's box for the third time today.
Now batting the shortstop, number 21, Griffin Snyder.
As John said earlier, this will be the last CUTV broadcast of the season here for us, and that, like he said, that would mean it would be mine and Matt Bonzo's last CUTV production with us. I've only been here with CUTV for about a year now, but in my time here, it has really opened my eyes and what I can do with with this in the future, and how much I have just grown in terms of learning each game and each sport, from not only in front of the game, just by game basis, but from everything that happens behind the scenes. So always very great and appreciative of everyone at CUTV that has helped me in this past year.
I couldn't agree with you more, Finn. Before baseball season started, I probably had not watched a full game in about, let's say like 5 years. But now I actually am able to watch and direct and do all that. So CUTV is an amazing experience, and learning so much with the sports that are happening and behind the camera, and that helping me become better for what we eventually want to do.
This is one of those things that you don't think you'll really get the opportunity to do it until you're out in the real world. So to have something like this at the college level for us to learn and get experience from is very nice, and we're, like I said, always very grateful of everything that is done for us here at CUTV. As now Roman Gill has worked at full, and he's walked his last two batters. Sorry, excuse me, not Roman Gill. Troy Linkovich, excuse me. Sorry.
There you go. I was going to mention, as there's a mound visit between Coach Conte and Linkovich, and then the rest of the infielders. How excited are you guys to finally be able to finish college and move on into the next stage of adulthood?
I'll let you answer that one first.
Okay. It's pretty exciting. It's daunting for sure, having to leave what you know so well, places like this, but it's exciting to know the experiences that we'll be able to get, the opportunities out there, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Been doing this thing that they call school for 22 years now, and I am definitely going to miss it. Definitely something that, Cal U has definitely been an experience that I won't forget, but to not have to do school anymore is definitely something that I'm a little bit excited for. Definitely excited to, kind of see where, like he said, kind of see where everything takes us in the future, and kind of what it's really like, about to get out there and see what it's like. Obviously, our buddy here, John Safe, still has a few more years to get out there and busy, but he will be your announcer here at CUTV for the years to come.
A few more years to hopefully give out some more high fives.
Yes, I missed my chance here in my years to give out my high fives for home runs, so hopefully Mr. John Sape can get that himself over the next couple of years.
Maybe one day.
As the first pitch to Nate Pakik is in there for strike one, and he swings and misses on the pitch outside for strike two, and falls down 0-2.
Linkovich working himself, or trying to get himself out of a jam, 2 straight walks in a row, but now finds himself ahead in the count 0-2 to Nate Petke.
And with only one away, maybe try to get him here, a big help, as that one's in the ground. A good block, though, by Justin Stewart. Linkovich wants to work fast and is definitely a little bit upset with himself over the last 2 back-to-back walks. One's way up and in for ball 2. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. With the tying run in the batter's box, Cal U going to try to limit anything that can happen right here, right now. And swung on and fouled, hits the screen, hits off the mask of Justin Stewart, and goes over to the third base dugout.
And going back to what you guys were saying earlier about how it is now a nice, exciting opportunity to finally graduate from college. What do you think the biggest thing that you have learned from participating and from doing CUTV has been?
Again, I'll let you go first with that one.
I would say the biggest thing I've learned and experienced is just, honestly, is the experience, is being here and having the confidence now to know no matter where I go, I can work anything.
That one is flown out to Patrick Brogan out and right, and he fires it in. The tag up and go to third. It will be men on the corners with now 2 away here for Casey Schubert. As you were saying, I think, like you said, I think the one thing I'll learn the most is definitely just kind of the experience of getting out there and doing it. You don't really know how things are going to go, the ups and downs, and kind of just, the quick hitter things that are going to happen during any production. So to do it yourself and do it in person, actually get the experience to do it, like I said, that most people at maybe bigger schools or even just smaller schools too won't get.
Everything that goes on behind the scenes here and seeing how it's run and when you come in here is what made me choose Cal in the first place, was knowing that I had these opportunities here.
I know all of us are communications majors, and not a lot of the stuff that we have been learning how to do here is being taught in class. It is a lot about going out and joining and getting the experience. And with the experiences that you guys have had, what, I know it's very early to tell, but what do you guys plan on doing in the future after graduation?
For me, I want to keep doing these productions. I've really enjoyed doing sports. I get a job there, or my ultimate goal would be to work in entertainment, work in film, and do all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I've always been big into sports my whole life, played a bunch of them, and so anything to really stay in the sports world, really big on announcing, so that's where I'm hoping to continue that as I go into my future endeavors. As that one's chopped right back to the pitcher, Linkovich, and he's going to flip it to first to to end the top of the 6th. Cal U is able to strand those 2 walks there by Roman Gill as Troy Linkovich does his job. And after the top of the 6th inning, it's still Cal U 7 and Clarion 4 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Hello, everybody. My name's Matthew Bonzo, and I'm here joined by the great Finn Mazon and John Safe, and I'd like to welcome you back here to Wild Things Park, where the Cal U Vulcans are right now leading the Clarion Golden Knights 7-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And as we get ready for this bottom of the 6th inning, Cal U with that 3-run lead will have Mike Landry, Adam Crawford, and Anthony Veneza as their 1, 2, 3 here. Maybe to get a few more insurance runs before trying to close out the game in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, after the first inning, the Clarion offense hasn't been able to get much going. A couple walks in that last one. A bit of a scare, but Troy Linkovich able to get himself out of it. But like we said, after that first inning, it's just been all California.
A little bit of scare at the end of that half of the inning with them getting people on base, but Cal able to rally as well.
Troy Linkovich did a great job shutting everything down there and coming in with 2 men on and not letting a thing happen. As the first pitch in there to Mike Landry is strike 1. He's going to bunt it, did that in game 1, and it was a hit and a run scored. That time just gets it foul for strike 1.
And just couldn't get enough on that one to get it outside of the batter's box. A little bit unfortunate for Landry. Bounced that one foul, now finds himself in a hole 0-2.
Landry is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs today. All the way back in the second inning as he takes that pitch in the right-hander's batter's box first for ball 1. Mike Landry looking to get on for the top of the order as Adam Crawford and Anthony Veneza both singled last time. And he takes that one outside for ball 2 to even the count up 2-2. And again, watches that one outside to fill it up 3-2.
And 3 pitches in a row. Not in the spot that you'd like them all. Almost ends up in the left-hander batter's box, but at this point for California, it's all about finishing things out here, maybe adding a couple more insurance run, but at the end of the day, just trying to get out of this game.
That one is fouled back and off the screen and coming back in. And a good heads up by the fans down there in section 107, 108, having their head on a swivel.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of small children walking down there. I thought maybe it was going to end up hitting one of them. Thankfully, able to get them out of the way.
And tried to get some off speed to come back in, and it didn't come back in enough. And a leadoff walk now for Mike Landry. Put some speed on the base paths.
And what was very unfortunate about last inning, no jacks for Jackson, but the one person that I know on the baseball team would have been extremely excited for that is Adam Crawford. I have a couple classes with Adam, and Adam is one of the biggest proponents for the jacks for Jackson.
Adam Crawford is 1 for 3 here in game 2 with a single his last time up in the 4th as they check over at Mike Landry, and he dives back safely. And he squares the bunt, and the runner went late again, and Mike Landry swipes another bag.
And a very, very late throw by Piscini. Thought maybe that Landry wasn't going to steal, but Landry by that time was already well on his way to second and nearly was able to get in there before the throw was even made. But heads up base running by Landry now gets himself in scoring position for Adam Crawford.
Cal U does a little bit of a delayed steal. They're pretty good at that, and now Crawford showing bunt pulls it back. Cal U got on because of that walk and then stolen base, showing bunt there. Maybe looking to play a little bit of small ball just to get another run back to push it to a 4-run lead.
Hey, leadoff walks lead to leadoff runs, so California trying to make that come to fruition here.
Trying to maybe speak a little bit more into existence.
I mean, I did call the double play earlier, so
start talking about a home run or something here.
I mean, we were talking about that in the 5th inning, and nothing came from that.
It has to come naturally.
Yep.
It can't just happen.
I guess so.
So a long look in on 3-0, and that one is nowhere near. And on 4 pitches, Adam Crawford is going to take his free base, back-to-back walks to open up this bottom of the 6th inning.
And this is a bad point as Clarion coming to the mound to have a discussion. Your 2 best hitters coming to bat in Venetia and McCaskey is not an ideal place that you want to be if you're Clarion, having 2 runners on base. You're down by 4. Down by 3. Excuse me. You need to get yourself back into this game, and don't want California's 2 best hitters to come up to try to extend this lead even further.
You need to keep this game, if you're Clarion, at bay as best as possible. Only want to be down 3 with a chance to at least tie it in the 7th.
Sort of deja vu of what was happening in the last inning, but obviously scores were reversed, and now they're just trying to stop the bleeding as much as they can.
Cal U can not put the game away, but can definitely create a distance that might not be reachable here if they can get maybe a little bit of a rally going and score maybe more than just 1 or 2. As Anthony Veneza steps into the batter's box for the 4th time in Game 2. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a stolen base. He scored both times that he got on today. And another long look in by the Clarion pitcher, Riley Schaefer. And a step out by Anthony Veneza. And now back on the rubber. And they're going to try a pickoff move of Mike Landry at second base, and he gets back in easily. Looked like it almost caught the shortstop a little bit off guard.
And not something you see very often is trying to pick off someone at second because just of how dangerous it is. But you want to make sure that Landry isn't going or is staying closer to the bag.
And then he's just going to bunt. He's got really good speed. The play at first is not going to be in time. Anthony Veneza, who you'd think wouldn't bunt there, uses his speed to his advantage, and a little bunt, and everybody is safe. And now it's bases loaded with still nobody out for Jacob McCassie.
Well drawn up play right when you needed it, and they got the best outcome of having him still being in the game and no outs as well. So anything's on the table for Cal. I'm
going to be honest. I saw this a couple weeks ago in the MLB when the Angels intentionally walked Corey Seager with the bases loaded down runs. That would probably be the safest bet with Jacob McCassie coming up to bat.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to give him, I guess if you want to call it what, the Corey Seager treatment at this point.
I think it's originally the Barry Bonds treatment.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I don't know how good that came out saying it's the Corey Seager treatment. But now Jacob McCassie will foul that first pitch away, and it will be strike 1. Jacob McCassie is 1 for 3 with a sac fly and a single. He did score on that single. One's way up and in for ball 1. There is nowhere to put Jacob McCaskie right now, as even though we talked about the intentional walk with the bases loaded, there is nowhere to put him. So hoping to either get the ball in play right to a defender, or just hope that Jacob McCassie doesn't do the biggest type of damage that he could do right here.
I feel like if there is a grand slam hit here, it has to be a Jackson Jackson. I feel like it's kind of deserved.
If there is a grand slam, will there be a special order for some autographs from Jackson? And that one was off speed, tailing back into the plate. Jacob McCassie was waiting back on it and just fouled it away. And that's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And with this, a couple of Clarion pitchers out there in the bullpen warming up. And if McCaskie isn't able to get out here, maybe looking to make a change.
Just in case he might be needed. And they're going to get Jacob McCaskie on the outside edge. To his disbelief, he is going to get sat down on strikes for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
I mean, exactly what Clarion needs is to get someone like him out now. The double play and Phil would end the inning, but that one, a beautiful pitch, just catches the outside edge of the plate and able to get the first out of the inning.
And now with 1 away, Loudon Conti steps in to the batter's box with still no place to put him with the bases loaded.
And Conti 2 for 3 in the game so far, a double and a single, and was able to score on one of them and got caught stealing the last time out as well, trying to advance to third.
Now kind of chops it high down the third baseline, foul for strike 1.
What's the Matthew Bonzo prediction for this at bat here? What's going to happen here?
Oh, that's an amazing question, John.
Put you on the spot.
Yes, you did. I like to take Alex in the lead. We saw the last game, three runs at the end, even though they were up by big, but just to be safe than sorry.
You heard it here first.
We're going to go with a Bonzo bomb here is what we're hoping for. And Loudon Conte gets under one to right, going back on it right in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch out there as Darren Byers. As Mike Landry will tag up at third and come around and score on the sac fly. If Mike Conte had come around to score on that sac fly, we might have been looked a whole lot different.
You're an oracle. You're a future teller out here.
Now with 2 away, again a delayed steal. They're going to actually go for him, and what a throw over there by Lenny Pacini to get the speedy runner at first base, Anthony Veneza. I don't even know if he thought the throw was going down there, but a great throw to end the inning. And after 6 innings, Cal U tags on one more. It's Cal U 8 and Clarion 4 here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM.
Backed by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the 2nd floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you back here to Wild Things Park with CUTV. My name is Matt Lonzo, and I'm joined by Jonathan Sape and Finn Mazon here in the top of the 7th with Cal leading 8-4.
Cal U was able to tag in one more run there in that bottom half of the inning as Cal U, ever since that went down 4-0 in the first, has just not looked back, and it just keeps scoring runs almost every single inning. Only 2 innings where they didn't put up at least one run. And now as Cal U gets into this last inning, they'll look to close it out and continue this sweep.
Clarion down to their last 3 outs, and a pitching change was made during the break. Number 33, the right-handed senior pitcher, Patrick Gumto, will come in to try to close things out here for the Vulcans.
Gumto, not a pitcher we see a whole lot here, but in a close game, and Cal U have gone through some of their main pitchers already. He's going to come in with a shot to close out this one. And the first batter he will face is going to be the center fielder, Matt Prevetta. And on the first pitch, it'll be fouled back to the screen. Well, Matt, as this is your first and I guess, very possibly last time on the air, how do you feel for your first time broadcasting to your fellow students and people around of Cal U fans?
It feels good, Finn, being up here, being able to talk with you guys and talk to everyone, and 2 guys who are good at what they do. So,
Thank you.
Talk a little bit of baseball with 2 guys that know it the very best. As it's an 0-2 count to Matt Prevetta. And he takes strike 3 right in there. A great pitch by Patrick Gumto for the first out of the inning.
Man, that was a beautiful, beautiful pitch there by Gumto. Prevetta I couldn't really believe it. I thought that one was off the plate, but Gumto able to catch that one. I do have another question for you guys, maybe especially for people or younger people or people looking to get into broadcasting. What can you expect to do and expect to get when joining CUTV if you're interested?
I think when it comes to CUTV, in terms of the broadcasting, in terms of the broadcasting realm of it, you're kind of just, if you want to do it, come down and you'll get thrown right into it. I kind of just came down and said I wanted to be a part of it, and within a week I was broadcasting, whether it was a volleyball game or a Friday Night Lights high school football game, you just get thrown right into that experience. So
I couldn't agree more, Finn. As freshmen, you're timid. You're meeting a bunch of new people, doing new things. But just coming on down to CUTV, everyone behind the scenes, all of us and Gary, everyone's welcoming, and we'll let you do what you want whenever you can.
If you've ever had any type of interest in the TV, radio, broadcasting, production, any type of form of that, come down to the CUTV Media Suite located in Natali. Pam, Gary, anybody will be glad to talk to you, whether it's you want to do a show, do radio, or just kind of join in on anything that's going on. CUTV is always there for you and will always be welcoming you with a big smile. As now it's a 3-2 count now to Caden Content, the Cal U killer of the day. And it's going to be swung and missed and tipped into the catcher's glove for the second out. Back-to-back Ks now for Patrick Gumto.
Another beautiful strikeout for Gumto, like you said, Content. Just been a thorn in the side of the Vulcans all day today. And that time Gumto able to just blow it by him, just straight gas, and able to get the second strikeout of the inning.
And now Clarion is down to their final out, and it's Darren Byers, the right fielder, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and reached on a fielder's choice. While we have a second here, one more time here in my final broadcast, I do just want to thank everybody from CUTV around me, from my broadcast partners, Jonathan Sape, Peyton Trollinger, or Jonathan Sakaguchi, to all the directors, producers, Gary Smith, Matt Bonzo, Camden Ritter, Tom Canton, all behind the scenes, helping to make everything go well, provided throughout every single broadcast. We are eternally grateful for everything that all you guys have done for me throughout my last year here at CUTV. As now it is 3 balls and no strikes to Darren Byers as he looks to try to extend this inning. And he will take one in the dirt to extend the inning. A 2-out walk of Darren Byers brings in Mason Kepler, the DH.
I couldn't have said that any better than you, Finn. There's some amazing people here, whether it's you guys, John, Finn, Peyton, Johnny, Tom, Lily, Cam. Everyone here is great. Addie, Gary, and Pam. Behind the scenes, they run an amazing production, and I know as long as the people here keep doing it, CUTV is going to be great as usual.
CUTV has been in great hands for all these years, and even after we go through here, it will continue to be in great hands as the years to come.
I would like to say, not only has it been an honor to work with both of you guys, but it has been an honor to get to know you as people and as friends, and that is one thing that so far I've learned at CUTV has been a great opportunity to make some great friends.
No matter how much more friendlier Finn is than John.
Hey, relax.
One last diss on air to John before I go off. As that one is outside for ball 2.
Hey, you're lucky this is your last one. I would have said some stuff, but we'll keep it nice.
Might be good. This is the last one. Not want to know what it would look like a year from now.
What would the words be said to Finn if Finn does come back for a year? Oh my. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Clarion down to their final strike as Cal U is looking to sweep Clarion here today. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. Patrick Gumto comes in and gets 3 Ks to end the inning as Cal U will win Game 2 8-4 and close out the doubleheader and win both games.
Perfect way to come in at the end of in the 7th and end it with those 3 pitches. Just get it done.
Yeah, terrific play from Gumto and a great comeback by the Vulcans. And like you said, last game for you guys. Any final words for the people listening?
Just thank you for listening and maybe even dealing with me for the last year, whether it's from any sport. I very much appreciate it.
Just thank you for watching, listening. Keep doing what you guys are doing, watching, and keep watching the great CUTV. It's going to not get any worse, but better. And
as for all of us here at CUTV, my name is Finian Maison with my beautiful broadcast announcer, John Shape, and our special guest, Matthew Bonzo, signing off for one last time here on the PSAC Network, CUTV Sports 1 and 91.9 FM. Have a great evening.